Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome. Queen Naomi reportedly packs out of the royal mansion after Ooni of Ife threatens to lock it up, okay? Now, they say when the hunter falls in love with the antelope, the trap will gather dust. Yes, so when the hunter falls in love with the antelope, the trap will, gather dust. It is not a small something, no. They said over the weekends, a lot has happened in the life of the monarch and Olori Naomi. They said Naomi went to the royal mansion and started making arrangements to move her things out of the royal mansion. And that, in fact, arrangements were made, trucks were hired, so many, in fact, that it's been a very busy weekend, not just for the Ooni of Ife, for Olori Naomi and the Ooni of Ife. Now, what happened? There was a trade that came, and apparently it was coming from the Ooni of Ife's quarters, that Ooni of Ife had sent a message to Queen Naomi that he will be locking up the royal mansion. Now, this had happened a day after Ooni of Ife had gone to speak to Queen Naomi not to leave, that see Wurola left, nobody married Wurola, that Naomi, he does not want Naomi to ruin her life, that he loves Naomi so much, that is why everything that he is doing to protect Olori Naomi, that Naomi should not go ahead and ruin her life. Then he also went again to speak to Olori Naomi about the fact that he is going to, help Naomi fix her legal battle and also let it be go if that is what is going to solve the problem, and, suspend arrangement with more women coming into the palace. Recently, we heard that there's a woman, Titilayo, that is coming into the palace. Now, with everything that the Ooni of Ife said to Olori Naomi declined, that she does not want to come back and she doesn't want to be with the Ooni of Ife. And they said the question that she's being asked, with the situation of things in the palace, the way things are in the palace, what is her own assurance that she will be safe in the palace? If Kabiyesi brings her back to the palace, who will protect her? Because Kabiyesi had said that the reason why Queen Naomi is being, haunted and treated the way Naomi is treated is because Olori Naomi is on outside his covering. Okay, that if Naomi returns back to his covering, people will be very careful with the things that they do to Naomi. That he does not want Naomi to continue to go through what she is going through. That Naomi should return back to his covering, okay? And so all of those. But Naomi doesn't agree to that, because if a man that is called Oni Juju with due respect, a man that is called the only living deity, because it is said that Ile-Ife had 401 deity, but 200 has been turned into monument for tourist attraction, and the Ile-Ife now has 201 deities. That is why every day you see there is a celebration. They are either honoring or celebrating or doing ritual for one deity. And out of 201 deities, there is one living deity, that is the Ooni of Ife. Now, with all the powers and everything, if they can do the things that they are doing to Oni Juju himself, how much more Olori Naomi? And one of the major problems that Naomi is having is the fact that she knows that she can never be protected by the Ooni of Ife. Some kind of manipulation. For some reason, they know exactly what to do to the Ooni of Ife to get him. Imagine what happened. When Naomi got into problems recently, for over it took Ooni of Ife 3 days or 4 days to respond, and the response was negative. When Ooni of Ife responded, the palace, looked for a subtle way to distance themselves from Olori Naomi. That was really humiliating. And at some point now, they said that Ooni did not vet that thing that was posted, and up until now, it's still there. It might not be in all the different platforms. They may have deleted some, but it's still in some of those platforms. Then secondly again, when Naomi came back from detention, we also heard that Ooni of Ife explained that it was Naomi who divorced him on social media, that it wasn't him who divorced Naomi. Then the entire Yoruba people across the globe, they are still in that place where Naomi left them. Until Naomi returns to the palace, until Naomi is officially announced back into the palace, they will not see Naomi as his wife. And so for him to go now and go and be saying Naomi is his wife and calling Naomi Ogunsi again when they have not fully reconciled, that it will be, it will not, that it won't go well. That is royalty, that is a royal throne. And that was why they used that. They said that was Ooni of Ife's explanation. However, when Naomi was in detention, after that statement came from the royal palace, Ooni did not say anything. Ooni did not do anything. For another 3 weeks, Kabiyesi was quiet. Nothing happened. Yes, so we have had that. Perhaps something happened. Somebody did something to Kabiyesi. The wives, one thing, if that information is true. And later, Paropo had to do stuff to get Kabiyesi back to his senses and all of that. Now, why would Naomi want to be in that kind of relation? There are people who did this thing, they can still do it. And they will still do it because there's nothing they will not do to keep their position. There's nothing they will not do to continue being with the Ooni of Ife. There's nothing they will not do to continue being a part of the Ooni of Ife. There's nothing they will not do. These people are ready to do anything, whatever it takes to be in the life of the Ooni of Ife. So what that means is that they will continue to haunt Olori Naomi. And if people cannot understand where Naomi is coming from, I don't know. So they said with everything Kabiyesi went to go and say to Olori Naomi, they said Naomi refused, declined, that she does not want to return back to the palace or to the Ooni of Ife. And then, now, boom, when Ooni left that evening, they say an information got to the Ooni of Ife, to Olori Naomi, that Ooni is planning to come and lock the royal mansion. You know that Naomi has only the royal mansion and Akure to go to. She had her own house in Lekki, but people said, we heard that she sold that house when Ooni started making so much problem for her to move into the royal mansion. We heard she sold it. And even though right now, we are even hearing that she did not sell it, that she rented it out. So we don't know what it is, but they said that Naomi started arranging, making preparation to move her things out of the royal mansion upon hearing that Ooni of Ife was coming to lock the royal mansion. And they say when Kabiyesi heard this, Kabiyesi could not take it. Kabiyesi ran back to the royal mansion, where he now came and was asking Naomi where Naomi got that information from, that why is Naomi still listening to people? The royal mansion is in Naomi's name and all of that. And then again, they said people even started getting angry with Naomi. Where do you want to leave the royal mansion and go to? They have given you the royal mansion. So if Ooni of Ife, wants to lock up royal mansion, stay there and let him come and lock it and put you and Tadenikawo outside. That is what people are saying. Stay there and wait. Let people see it. Let it happen. So they said everybody was just getting angry with Naomi. Where are you moving to? Because they said Ooni even came and started begging that Naomi should not move. That Ooni was very devastated over the fact that Naomi was even about to leave the royal mansion. This is what we are hearing. Do not forget that the following content is based on rumor and speculation found online. It has not been verified and should not be seen as fact unless verified. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget, this is alleged. Thank you so much.